What's going on, football fans? It's me, J.R. Clark, back again with another Friday video for y'all. Formerly known as Truck Thoughts, but as I have not been in my truck lately, I might as well just call it the Friday show. Uh, at the end of our live chat on, live stream on Tuesday, somebody threw up a super chat that we didn't really get a chance to call out. And you know me, like if you're going to tip us or, if you're going to send us a super chat, whatever, I do like to make sure that whatever message you attach to it gets heard. So I figured I'd kind of use it as a jumping off point for this video today. A good buddy Dre Harrison tipped us $10, which we appreciate. Says if Ridder leads this team to a victory against old man Brady in a convincing fashion, then the organization needs to build around this young man. Lastly, what do you guys think about RG3 as a backup? So that's kind of what I'm going to use today to talk about, right? I'm going to just take a few minutes to talk about this question, answer it, and just talk about the season wrapping up. Obviously, Sunday's our last game against the Bucks. This is our last chance to, probably one of our last chances to beat Brady, as like the Falcons have yet to do. Um, all his whole time in Tampa, he's undefeated against us. Obviously, his time in New England, he's undefeated against us. So it would be really nice to get Ridder to get his second win and to get it against the Buccaneers and against Tom Brady. But it's not necessarily Ridder versus Brady. It's kind of like when we talk about in baseball, a pitcher's duel, they don't actually, necessarily pitch at just each other. The sentiment is obviously, you're leading your team, I'm leading mine. Let's see who outduels the other, so to speak. But this brings up an interesting point. What do you, as the fan, have to see out of Ridder to consider him the man going forward past 2023? Because I honestly think, outside of something we've been saying for a couple weeks now, outside of taking a gigantic swing at Lamar Jackson, I don't see them moving off of Ridder. I really don't. Right now, you're currently slotted in the seventh position. I think the highest you can go is 6. The lowest you can go is 9. That doesn't put you in range for Stroud or Young, which I believe by the time the draft cycle ends, that's going to be your number 1, number 2 choice. Now, the question is going to be, do they fall in love with Will Levis? Me, myself, I hope not. But I don't think so. Like, Ridder is the type of quarterback that it seems like Arthur Smith wants. Like, you take what all of how Arthur Smith has talked, you've already put a year into him. So far, he has come out and operated, your offense without any like major mistakes, major turnovers. He's actually led you on a game-winning drive. At this point, I really feel like he's done enough to get an extended long look in 23. Now, the question that the second part of Dre Harrison's question is, lastly, would you guys think about RG3 as a backup? I don't know about RG3. I mean, because he's now at least like a year removed. He's done broadcasting for a year now. I don't know. It's hard to come back in that sense. I could be wrong. I mean, you've had other guys come back out of the booth and either coach or what have you. And my mind's telling me that there was a player who came back out of retirement and went to playing again. But I'm drawing a blank on it. But no, I don't. I don't know if I would want RG3, but somebody like a Jacoby Brissett would be really nice. Would be a really good, solid addition. Could show, continue to show Ridder on how to be a pro. Because if there's one major aspect, in my opinion, that Mariota like failed at, was like he left the team. right? Like, if he would have handled himself a little different, handled the benching, been the pro. I'm not saying he had to, but he easily could have been here next year as the backup, as a like higher than average paid backup. Maybe not at 12 to 14 million, but he could have been at like 5 to 6. You know what I'm saying? So, like, the fact that he stepped away like he did almost guarantees that he's going to be cut. Um, so you are going to need to bring in, I say need. That's not right. I think it would be beneficial to bring in a backup of like a Jacoby Brissett or a Gardner Minshew, somebody who is serviceable in a pinch, but isn't necessarily going to like super push Ridder. And I'm like, I know you're thinking, Gerald, why don't you want to push, Ridder? Because I think he's going to be pushing himself. Full off season, his first real NFL off season. He's already, has the big chip on his shoulder about, want to bring Atlanta a championship, so to speak, being picked in the third round. I don't think he needs any continual motivation. I really don't. Um, you've seen progress from week to week, from decision making to ball placement. Um, I think you get an influx of talent, and we're going to have a different conversation about Ridder. I really feel like we are. Oh, is he going to be the guy? I don't know if he's going to be the guy for the next 10 years or the next 12 years or whatever. But I definitely think that he has as good a chance as any, especially with being able to build the team. Dre said something about, if he beats old man Brady, can we build the team around him? I think you need to do that regardless. Like, I keep putting these mocks out that have, a running back, and everybody's like, oh, you don't need a running back. You got Cordell Patterson and you got, Tyler Algier and you got Huntley. Okay. Don't know what type of back Huntley is going to be when he comes back. Right. But you've seen now with Algier being RB1, the things that they've been able to do with Patterson. Well, Patterson's getting older. And I would like to be able to continue to do those kind of things. And to do those kind of things with Patterson, it'd be really nice to be able to spell him, Algier with another back. They were running a three-headed monster before Patterson went down anyway. So a guy like Israel Abanikanda out of Pitt, Jahmyr Gibbs out of Alabama, and obviously the pie in the sky is Bijan Robinson. You get Bijan, and now like Algier is spelling Bijan. So because I think you're going to have to spend a first round on him. But we got like we're going to be talking about this kind of stuff throughout the whole off season. But my big thing is like I really feel like this coaching staff is going to go forward with Ridder as their QB1 in 2023. I think they're going to try to continue to build the team, get some more competent receivers, shore up the line, build the defense, and see where that takes us. At the end of 23, you're still looking at, a subpar season or maybe just barely scratching the surface, depending on how Ridder plays. Then you like start to look at whoever's coming out in the draft in 24, right? Or whoever might be a free agent, um, quarterback wise. But I really get the feeling, I really get the strong feeling that Ridder is going to be our quarterback in 23. And, I hope that for the most part, the fans can, rally behind Ridder because I think he can be and is going to be better than serviceable. I actually think he's going to be a good quarterback. So that's what I got for y'all today. As always, y'all can follow me on Twitter. I'm at Grim1128. Toby is at TobyD1991. Jonathan is at Jonathan M. Holder. So just check us all out. Follow us, and we'll try to do our best to interact. Keep your eye on the channel. We'll have our predictions out for the last game on Sunday, and we'll be back live to recap the last game on Tuesday. And as always, Falcons fans, rise up.